following broadcast is a presentation of the ND Sports Channel.
To go. Grishal has it. Grishal puts up a long three. It's in at the buzzer! 10:50 to go here, and the faceoff is won by North-South onto the stick of Caitlin Armin. Armin feeds it in for Abby Promisberger! And Promisberger with the hat trick. 41-37, 4:25 to go here as the Kindred Vikings will work it down low. Another slam dunk! And one! How about that? A slam dunk by Gavin Keller, and he got fouled on the two-handed throwdown. And he'll put it right on goal and right into the goal! Ethan Olsen on a free kick. Henningsgaard, he tries to cut through the lane. Outlet pass into the corner there for Heinitz. Back over to Henningsgaard, wide open for three. Got it and one! Wow! And put your outfielders in left center because that one's going to left field and that's gone. That is a two-run shot for Kenzie McKinnon. It's taken away there by Carson Abrahamson. She has a breakaway, one-on-one, hard, she scores! 16 fouls, and the pass is intercepted by Overby. Overby has an opportunity to dunk it! He nailed it, the two-handed throwdown.
Officials.
And now it's game time. The cameras are ready. The headset is on. Without further delay, here's Mike Mason.
All right, welcome. We are here at the Logan Center in West Fargo, getting ready for some EDC girls soccer action between the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs, the home team on the scoreboard today, and the visiting Fargo Davies Eagles.
This matchup between the Eagles and the Mustangs will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship.
Taking a look quickly here at the Fargo Davies Eagles, they come into this one here with an overall record of 7-1-1. 2-0-1 at home, 5-1-0 when playing on the road, and 6-1-1 against EDC opponents. And that one tie comes against the team they're playing today, the Sheyenne Mustangs, as they tied 1-1 back on May 2nd. Both teams have scored or have only allowed 3 goals the entire season. Fargo Davies has scored 28, while that is just a handful more than West Fargo Sheyenne, who have scored a grand total of let's see here, 20 goals. So 8 more goals for Fargo Davies, but both teams have scored or have allowed 3 goals. As Cheyenne's 5-1-2. That's all against EDC opponents. 3-1-1 here at home, and of course that tie coming. One of those ties coming at Fargo Davies, and then the other one coming here at home at Grand Forks Red River. So it should be
midfield, a senior, number 4.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. One tie at home and one tie on the road there for the Sheyenne Mustangs. Let's go ahead and advance forward to our starting lineups here.
Starting at forward, a senior, number 8, Allie Matter. Starting at midfield, a junior, number 12, Emily Hansen. Starting at midfield, a senior, number 13, Avery Beyer. Starting at midfield, a junior, number 14, Taylor Wills. Starting at forward, a senior, number 15, Alyssa Paper. Starting at defense, a senior, number 20, Kylie Glover. And starting at defense, a junior, number 25, Madison Langley. The Eagles are coached by Nick Christensen, assisted by Ian Costello, Sadie Hayes, Stephen Schmidt, Emily Wendorf, Allie Fisher, and Rachel Niemer. And now for the starting lineup of your Sheyenne Mustangs. Starting in goal, a senior, number 0, Shelby Weber. Starting at midfield, a junior, number 2, Alyssa Heacox. Starting at forward, a senior, number 4, Haley Rindall. Starting at forward, a sophomore, number 6, Anisha Monger. Starting at forward, a senior, number 9, Tiana Daniels. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 11, Anna Kramer. Starting at midfield, a senior, number 15, Yasmina Dakara. Starting at forward, a senior, number 24, Rachel Blazik. Starting at defense, a senior, number 33, Jalen Bauer. Starting at defense, a freshman, number 34, Maya DuBois. And starting at forward, number 39, Brooke Boyer. The officials for today's match are registered by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and have been selected for their demonstrated ability to officiate. The officials for today's contest are John Plambeck, Connor Dunn, and Bernard Marcourt. We ask for your support of our game officials and respect for the calls of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you stand if you are able, remove any headgear, and remain at attention as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, and there's your
Today's
starting
medical
lineups in the
coverage is
national
provided by
anthem. Thanks for
Sanford
sticking
Health,
with
the
us
official
here.
sports
We're going to take a
medicine
quick
team
break
for
and be
West
back
Fargo
with the opening
Athletic.
kick right after
Cheyenne
this here on the
certified
ND
athletic
Sports
trainers are
Channel.
Shannon Olson and Becca.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, there we go. Now we're on. Forgot to add the microphone element to our soccer camera scenes, as we only had it for the softball ones that we had set up for you. So we apologize for that. No score here early on in the game between Fargo Davies and West Fargo Cheyenne. So the ball will go out of bounds for a Mustang goal kick. In goal is Shelby Weber, the senior for the Mustangs. Over on the other side of the field, it's Brianna Nelson keeping guard on the net for Fargo Davies. seen Fargo Davies in a, I believe it was a 4-1 win over Fargo South earlier this season. We were almost got to see Sheyenne against Fargo South, but that game was postponed due to weather as that shot will sky over the top there. And as a result of the rescheduling, we weren't able to get that game on here, so we appreciate you hanging with us there. Once again, 40-minute halves, 38:05 and counting to go here in the first half of play here between Fargo Davies and West Fargo Sheyenne. As the ball comes to the near side now, and picking it up there is Anisha Monger, the sophomore for the Mustangs. She'll center it in there for, that is Yasmin Dokara. Dokara will see the ball disappear onto the foot there of Avery Beyer at midfield as she boots it over to the far side out of bounds for a Mustang throw-in. Throwing on the far side. Turn this down a little bit there. There we go. Now, that works a lot better. As Brianna Nelson will scoop up the loose ball there for Fargo Davies. Last time these two teams played, they played to a 1-1 tie. That was back earlier this month here. As that ball gets scooped up by Shelby Weber now down at the other end of the field here for the Mustangs. Both the Mustangs and the Packers play their home games here at the Loden Center. We've been here for a few boys' games in the past, and now it's an outstanding day for a girls' soccer game. That one's going to get advanced up over on the far side of the field, and that'll be intercepted by the Fargo Davies defenseman. They'll work it inside in the middle there. That's Yasmin Dokara. Dokara's going to try and feed it over to the far side there for her teammate. Now they're looking for a centering pass, and that'll be a one-bouncer into the hands of Brianna Nelson, the junior goalie for Fargo Davies. 36.5 to go here in the first half of play. Once again, two 40-minute halves with a 10-minute halftime. So the ball's picked up on the near side here by West Fargo Sheyenne. Then it's off the foot of a Fargo Davies Eagles out of bounds for a Mustang throw-in. Making the toss there for West Fargo Sheyenne is Maya Dubois. I'll come back to the defenseman. They'll try and work it up into the midsection of the field there. Tiana Daniels momentarily on the ball there. Bounces it upfield there. Fargo Davies has it. Anna Kramer is the man on, and that ball will come back over the midfield stripe over to the far side where it's picked up and booted out of bounds there and out of the field over the fence. Have to go get another ball possibly, or maybe chase that one down. Might have a short delay in action here. Looks like the coach is getting another ball out of the bag there right behind the Mustang bench, and he'll hold on to that ball, as it looks like Fargo Davies provided the ball from their bench. So, long story short, throwing Fargo Davies over on the far side. Nice sunny day here in West Fargo for a soccer game. Let's take a look at that weather forecast while we have an opportunity to do so. 57 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. You would think that this is a mid-July morning. It's really nice out here. Couldn't ask for better conditions. We'll have some softball for you later today as West Fargo Cheyenne's going to advance it. It goes onto the foot of Anisha Monger. Monger with a shot on goal, and that's scooped up there by Brianna Nelson. It remains 0-0. First quality attack here from either team of the game, and it comes with 34:44 remaining. It's a battle for the ball along midfield there. Monger will pick it up, and now a centering pass will be intercepted by Fargo Davies. Battle for the ball. Nice move around there. I believe that was Taylor Willis, possibly. I can't quite see those gold numbers on white jerseys as easily as I can the Mustang numbers there. Centering pass, chested right into the hands of Shelby Weber. Had that ball been a little bit higher and possibly would have set it up for a header there, as that one's going to be booted away near side in the direction there of, let's see here, I believe that was Dubois. Loose ball will be collected by Davies on the near side now. That is Wills. Mustangs will get the ball back, advance it over to the far side there. That's Anna Kramer who picks it up. Centering pass, gives it up there to Hecox, I believe is how you say it. There you go. And that one will be booted out of bounds. There was a couple other players who touched it there while I was trying to remember how to pronounce the name. Nice goal kick there from Brianna Nelson. As Fargo Davies will try and set up an attack now. That through ball will go a little bit too in front of the Fargo Davies forward, and that'll end up in the hands of Shelby Weber. This is the first of 5 games for you today on the Andy Sports Channel. After this matchup concludes, we'll pack up and we'll go to North Fargo, and we'll bring you some more softball action from the AB Clash Invite up at Fargo North on Mickelson Park. Should be a great day. The Class B teams won 2 of the games yesterday. Class A teams won the other 2. And we'll have 4 games for you at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock tonight, all back-to-back. Some of those start times may be a little earlier, a little later, depending on how the previous games end up. Fargo Davies will work the ball. They'll advance it. That's in the direction of Megan Barnick, but a little bit in front of her and out of bounds, and that's good for a West Fargo Cheyenne throw-in. So work the ball back to the near sideline, and now in, and now they're going to try and advance it up, and that'll be Willis, I believe. That was Byer, actually, over on the far side, and trying to work it. The ball's pinballing around there, and West Fargo Cheyenne will finally pick it up, and a miscommunication there on the pass, and Fargo Davies gets the loose ball as a result. Battling for it, though, is Sheyenne, and now they'll work it up far side. And here's an opportunity, potentially, for the Mustangs, and a nice defensive move there by Fargo Davies as they will keep that ball alive, and they'll move it over the midfield stripe. And now they'll go on the attack as they advance the ball over to the far sideline, running for it on the far side. Take a peek through the binoculars, couldn't quite see who that was. Centering pass was stopped by Shelby Weber. And now the Mustangs will boot it out of there, at least temporarily, as it's picked back up by Davies. Right at about the top of the goal box at about the 18, and now be headed away there by Sheyenne. Booted up along the near sideline, intercepted here by Fargo Davies. And now be picked up there by Anisha Monger. Monger will put it onto the foot of Haley Rendell. Rendell will try and advance it forward there, and it was nearly intercepted. But then, oh, that should have been a handball, but it was not called. Ball will come back over midfield where the Mustangs will collect it. They'll advance it to the near sideline here onto the foot of Anisha Monger. Monger gets tied up. Some of the fans wanted a foul called there. They're not going to get it, as scooping it up is Alyssa Paper. Paper for Fargo Davies will race after it and watch the ball go out of bounds for a Mustang throw-in here, and that will bring us to the 30-minute and change mark here in the first half. Almost 10 minutes gone and still no score between 2 of the top 3 teams in the state right now in girls soccer. Fargo Shanley in the mix on that one too. Matter of fact, Fargo Shanley is the only team to beat both of these teams that are playing right now. Otherwise, it's been ties or wins for both the Eagles and the Mustangs. And the only exception to that is the one loss to the Fargo Shanley Deacons for both of these teams. That should be a whistle here, and we'll see. Looked like an elbow was thrown. But if any warning was given at all, it was nothing more than a verbal warning. Far side making the toss is Kylie Glover, a senior defenseman for Fargo Davies, and I guess instead of a throw-in, it'll be a free kick, and it'll still be Glover with the kick. And she'll boot it up the far sideline, and it will one-hop and stay in bounds. A loose ball will be picked up over on the far side, and that'll be kicked out, and that will stop the Davies attack for the moment. It'll result in a Fargo Davies
number 3,
throw-in.
Jensen Saito, and number 22, Livia Karnick.
You heard the substitutions there in the background. I want to thank some of our viewers for their donations recently. We've had a grand total of 4 people combined for $2,500. There's a shot on goal, and that was a nice save by Shelby Weber. As I was saying, we had four of our viewers combined for a grand total donation of $2,500, which allowed us to upgrade some equipment, and we have some in an account now in case something breaks down. We need to purchase something as a replacement. Certainly appreciate that. If you want to donate, you can at our website, NDSportsChannel.com/let's-team-up. Here's an opportunity, and it's Haley Rendall, and she will not get there before Brianna Nelson has a chance to boot it back over on the other side of the field. Another quality scoring opportunity there for the Mustangs that was thwarted by the Fargo Davies goalie. As the ball works its way over to the far sideline now, it's picked up by the Mustangs. Centering pass was intended there for Tiana Daniels. Shot on goal, hits the crossbar as it goes over the extended arms of Shelby Weber, and a lucky break there for the Mustangs. It was nearly 1-0 Fargo Davies. Fargo Davies will recollect the ball here at the midfield stripe, and they'll boot it up to the near sideline where it'll go out of bounds for a Mustang throw-in. So 2 quality scoring chances here for the Mustangs and 1 for the Davies so far. As the Mustangs will attempted boot upfield, deflected off the back of one of the Fargo Davies forwards. Mustangs will work the ball into midfield, trying to advance it over. Nice pass. That one could be intercepted, and it is. Davies will work it over to the far sideline now. We're at 27-12 remaining in the first half of play. West Fargo Cheyenne will pick up that ball that was tried to, and there's a shot on goal and a one-hopper right into the hands of Brianna Nelson. 26.5 to go here, and still no score between the Eagles and the Mustangs. Nice kick that goes all the way from goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Brianna Nelson to Shelby Weber. We'll see if Weber can return it. Not that that's the goal of the goal kick, but I'll be out of bounds throw-in here for the Mustangs. 26 minutes to go here in the first half. You know, it's bright. This game started at 10 a.m. It certainly feels like it's 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sunshine is out. The temperature's just right. It's not too cold. It's not too warm. And it's probably played at the right time of day, too, as there's some thunderstorm activity on the forecast for later tonight. Whether or not that will develop into anything that we need to be concerned of is another thing, is another story. Centering pass there, and it's an opportunity, and it's in. And it's 1-0 Fargo Davies. Scoring the goal for Fargo Davies was Allie Matter, the senior forward. So Allie Matter gets the goal. To put Fargo Davies on top. And we apologize for the issue there at the mic. I'm not exactly sure why that's happening, but we do apologize for it. So 1-0
scoring for the
Fargo
Eagles,
Davies.
number 8, Allie Matter. And checking in for
Comes
the
with
Mustangs, number 8, Amber
24
Whiting.
remaining here in the first half. So at the 24-44 mark, Allie Matter puts Fargo Davies on the board with a goal. Now West Fargo Cheyenne's going to have to respond here. Still early. There's still a lot of time to play, and that doesn't mean that this game is over by any means, but with the way these two teams play defensively, it could be a 1-goal difference here in the final score. That may or may not be the game-winning goal. Both of these teams, prior to that goal by Allie Matter, have only allowed their opponents to score a grand total of 3 goals throughout all the all their games this season. Now, West
Checking in
Fargo
for the
Cheyenne has
Eagles,
allowed
number
4
7,
goals on
Taylor
the year.
Lawrence. And in for the Mustangs, number 12, Jillian Frank.
That ball will escape to the far side, and it'll be a goal kick there for Shelby Weber.
On the field for the Mustangs, number 13, Blake Hurley.
Ball work, it's up to the near side here. That's Maddie Langley for the Fargo Davies Eagles, number 25, as that one gets ricocheted out of bounds for a Mustang throw-in. "27 minutes into the broadcast here. 22 minutes remaining in the first half. Fargo Davies leads 1-0 off the goal by Allie Matter at the 24:44 mark of the first half. That ball get deflected over to the far sideline. And now a battle for the ball at the midfield stripe. West Fargo Cheyenne will pick it up, and they'll advance the ball here to the near side. At least that's the intent. And that one will get deflected. It'll be picked up there by Taylor Willis. And now Fargo Davies, that is Megan Barnick with the ball right now. And that one got deflected, and it'll go in the direction there. Let's see here. I believe that's Brooke Boyer, number 39. Yep, that's number 39. It's Brooke. They'll work it near side now onto the foot of number 12. I don't have number 12 on my roster here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Let's take a look at the other roster. That will be Gillian Frank. We'll have to write that one in or just remember it. So Gillian Frank, number 12 for West Fargo Cheyenne. Fargo Davies here with an open field opportunity as they'll advance the ball near side, but it's intercepted there by the Mustangs. That's Maya DuBois with the ball. Trying to work it in the middle there for, I believe that's Blake Hurley. No, yep, it sure is. And now they'll work it up top there. That's Brooke Boyer. Boyer still with the ball. Little back heel kick pass onto the foot there. Yasmin Dokara shot on goal, and that's scooped up by Brianna Nelson. 21:04 and counting to go here in the first half of play, and Fargo Davies leads off the goal by Allie Matter. It's 1-0. Nice goal kick there by Brianna Nelson. Goes a good 60 yards on that kick. Ball will finally be collected by Fargo Davies, and as soon as they get a touch on it, West Fargo Cheyenne gets it right back, and they move right into an opportunity for a scoring chance, but the through pass was partially deflected there, which disallowed the opportunity, and Fargo Davies momentarily got the ball back. Now it's chested down, and they'll work the ball to the near side there onto the foot of, that is Gillian Frank once again. And now it looks like a shot from the top of the 18, got pushed, no call. West Fargo Cheyenne fans wanted a call on that. It was right on the edge of being a penalty shot too. It was right on the 18. Kind of hard to see the line on the top of the goal box there. But it was either right on the line, right inside, or right outside the line there where that uncalled infraction occurred. And since it was uncalled, it's not really an infraction, to be honest with you. But after all that said, a throw in from the near side here for Maya DuBois. DuBois will toss it into the direction of Yasmin Dokara.
And number 17, Erica Peters. Checking in for the Mustangs, number 18, Hannah Mukhtar. And number 22, Morgan Nystrom.
You heard the substitutions there. Fargo Davies looking for an opportunity to increase their 1-goal lead. Nice placement of the ball over on the far side. Nobody there to collect it, and it'll eventually be picked up by West Fargo Cheyenne. Ball goes out of bounds. Player gets tripped up over on the far side there, but it's a throw-in, no penalty, no infraction there, and Mustangs will have the ball. That is Amber Wybe, excuse me, Wybe. Now be booted out of bounds. There'll be a Mustang throw-in right around the midfield stripe over on the far side of the field. Making the toss, I believe that's Yasmin Dokara on the far side. Can't quite see the jersey number, but I think it was her. Mustangs have the ball. They'll work it onto the foot there of, that is, I keep forgetting her name, Gillian Frank, because I don't have her written in on my roster here. Let's write her in right now. Number 12, so I don't forget about her. Got it. Here's an opportunity, and that opportunity was taken away, and now Davies gets it right back. Centering pass, top of the box there. And I believe for Fargo Davies, it's Erica Peters, who had a couple of opportunities at a shot there, but wasn't able to get one fired off. Goes out of bounds for a Mustang free kick.
Checking in for the Mustangs, number 6, Anisha Munger, and number 9, Tiana Daniels.
And there's an opportunity for the Mustangs. Centering pass just over the head of Hannah Mukhtar. Right in front there, and hands like glue for Brianna Nelson keeps that one out of the net. And it'll remain a 1-0 game here in favor of Fargo Davies. We apologize there. We had a cord unplugged, and it was a crucial unplugged cord. So now that's plugged in, and that problem's solved. With the ball right now is Blake Hurley for the Mustangs, as that one gets deflected back, and that header is going to bounce right into the hands of Shelby Weber. And it's a good thing that it took the bounce that it did, because Fargo Davies was right there ready for any possible opportunity that would have been given up there by Shelby Weber. Ball will be kicked up to midfield here, and it'll be put onto the foot of Yasmin Dokora. Dokora will drop it back, and now they'll advance the ball forward in the direction there of Mukhtar. Mukhtar battling for it. Two Fargo Davies are right there. Now there's a centering pass, and that's batted away there by the Fargo Davies defender back up to midfield. Eagles will take control of the ball, and they'll work it over the midline. Try and work it inside here. A lot of Mustang defenders to get around there, but so far so good for the Eagles. And now as soon as I say that, it's taken away by Yasmin Dokora, and they'll work it back over to the far side. Now back into the middle there in the direction of Mukhtar. Mukhtar was the man on until the ball got booted over the midfield stripe and now out of bounds, and I believe that is an Eagles throw-in. Ball will be booted back out of bounds there by, that's Jalen Bauer, the senior defender for West Fargo Cheyenne.
Subbing in for the Eagles, number 8, Allie Matter, and number 9, Olivia Opheim.
Making the toss is Avery Byer, the senior midfielder for the Eagles over on the far side of the field there. And Byers will toss it in. And it'll be booted right back to Byers. Byers with a centering pass, and that one will go to the near side. It is picked up by, couldn't quite see it, just went out of my vision there, over on the near sideline.
For the Eagles,
and it goes out of
4,
bounds,
Megan
and it'll be a
Barnett,
Mustang throw-in.
and number 18, Sophie Frappier.
Good job by our cameraman to get the positioning there on the near sideline. That's kind of a hard one to get from where everything is set up at, but they made it happen. Battling for the ball over on the far side there for Fargo Davies is Allie Matter. Here's a centering pass and a collision right as the shot was attempted to be made. And that kills the offensive opportunity. And now a nice move here by Brooke Boyer. Boyer still at the ball, trying to get around the Fargo Davies defender, which is Taylor Wills. Wills and Boyer battling for it near side. Boyer looking for a pass, and she'll drop it back onto the foot there of, let's see, that's the other. See, I'm not sure who that is because I now have 2 Brooke Boyers on my roster, 5 and 39. So I'm guessing number 5 is not Brooke Boyer. Let's see here. Well, according to it is. She just must be wearing 39 today for a one-time instance. So 39 is Brooke Boyer, as we've been calling it for the whole game. It looked like a number 5 was in there, but it was actually number 6, Anisha Monger. It'll end up being a free kick here, I believe, or throwing. It'll be a free kick for West Fargo Cheyenne. And taking that free kick is Tiana Daniels. And Daniels will put it onto the foot of Rachel Blazik. Blazik will work it over the line there. And it'll be taken away by Fargo Davies. Once again, a little bit difficult to see the jersey numbers for the Eagles on the far side of the field, but we'll do the best we can as they work the ball up over the far sideline. It'll get booted out of bounds, and who's going to get the throw in? It'll be the Mustangs.
Checking in for Cheyenne, number 15, Yasmina Dakara.
So it'll be a throw-in from the far side there. That's Rachel Blazik who made the toss. As the Mustangs will work it up the near sideline, and Fargo Davies will get it back. Booted out of bounds for another Mustang throw-in. Taking the toss there is Blazik. Blazik will throw it back to the defender. They'll work it into the near side there onto the foot of Maya DuBois. DuBois will work it up middle of the field. Now they'll try the through ball, and coming up, it's in the direction there of Monger. She might has a chance, but Fargo Davies will boot that one away, and they'll be collected by West Fargo Cheyenne. And a misfire there on the attempted clear, and a shot on goal hits the post, and the rebound is wide right. The shot on goal hit the post, and the rebound came directly to, let's see if we can take a peek at who that is. That is Caitlin Matter, who had the rebound shot opportunity off the post. Another great opportunity for Fargo Davies, but it results in a goal kick here for the Mustangs. Davies will get the ball back right off the goal kick, and now the ball battle for the ball on the far sideline. It'll go out of bounds, and I believe that's a Davies throw-in, and it is. Ball quickly after the throw-in goes back out of bounds. It will remain Fargo Davies throw-in. Making the toss there was Olivia Opheim. The ball we booted near side. We have a whistle, and it'll be a free kick for the Mustangs. So they'll have to take a short pause here. Send the ball all the way back to about the other side of the field there, as Taylor Wills is kind enough to assist in that project. West Fargo Cheyenne will start with the ball on their own end of the field here, and now they'll try and work it back and forth. Crossing passes in the midfield. Now they'll try and advance it up, and that is put in the direction there of Anna Kramer. Kramer is unable to chase it down before it goes out of bounds, and that should be a Fargo Davies soccer ball. It'll be a goal kick here for Brianna
Cheyenne,
Nelson.
Number 2, Alyssa Hecox. And number 12, Jillian Frank.
That comes up to midfield. Patiently waiting for it was Shelby Weber. Booted up to the near side in the direction of Anisha Monger. Picked up by Taylor Wills, and Monger will deflect it out of bounds. Should be an Eagles throw-in, and it is. So Wills will have the toss here for the Eagles.
Checking in for the Eagles, number 3, Jensen Seidel.
Wills will make the toss. He'll be headed by the Mustangs, and they'll take control of the ball. Work the ball inside there for Yasmina Dokara, is what I'm trying to say. And the Eagles will boot that one back out of bounds, and another Mustang throw in here just on the near side of the midfield stripe. That toss will be taken by Dokara.
Checking onto the field for the Mustangs, number 4, Haley Rindall, and number 39, Brooke Boyer.
So the toss will come in there to Du Bois. Du Bois will work it back up 2 touches later onto the foot of Dokara. Dokara trying to work the ball in the middle there, and now she'll put it onto the foot of, that is Alicia Hecox. Now centering pass will be intercepted by Fargo Davies. Pressure's on, though, from Dokara. And the official will call a foul there and a free kick for Fargo Davies. Davies will put that free kick in the direction of Jensen Seidel. Seidel battling for the ball there and still has it. Now she'll drop it back just in front of the mid-stripe, and now they'll work it to Wills here on the near side. Wills tried to advance it up, but it went right off the chest there of Monger, and now the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a Mustang throw-in, and taking that throw-in, I believe that is Du Bois, and it is. So Du Bois will make the toss, and that's Monger, and Monger will lose out of bounds, and now Wills will take the toss for the Eagles. Wills will fire it in near sideline, and it's picked up there. I believe that might be Allie Matter. Can't quite see if that's number 8 or not. Allie Matter with a centering pass. And that'll be taken away there by Jillian Frank. Ball will escape to the far side, out of bounds. Throw-in coming here for West Fargo Sheyenne. That's picked up by Monger. Monger puts it in. Nice movement there and nice defense. Now a shot will go not in the direction she wanted it to. That was Monger with the shot. Wide right would be a little bit of an understatement on that one there. The wind may have taken that one, as well as it may not come off her foot the way she wanted. A little combination of both there caused it to go a little wide right. Mustangs will get the ball back, though. They trail 1-0. Allie Matter has the goal for Fargo Davies. If you're just joining us, it came at the 24:44 mark of the first half. We now have 5:17 and counting to go here in half number 1. Mustangs trying to work the ball up. They lost it there, and now Davies will fire the ball over to the far side, and that one will go out of bounds over the fence, and it'll be a Mustang throw-in. Alicia Hecox will have the throw-in.
In for the Eagles, number 2, Michaela Barnick. And checking in for Sheyenne, number 24, Rachel Blazik.
So Fargo Davies will thwart that attack there by Sheyenne by putting it out of bounds and forcing them to throw it in from the far side. I believe that might have been Anna Kramer who made the toss in. I couldn't quite see it, but I think it's number 11, considering the white stripes on the front of the jerseys go up and down just like the number 1 does. It has to be Anna Kramer who made that throw in. Long story short, ball on the near side of the field now as Monger will work it into the middle, and it's picked up there by, couldn't quite see who that was. She'll work it onto the foot of Hecox. Now a centering pass, and here's an opportunity, but mishandled it. Ball comes back out. Monger has an opportunity to get that ball over the midcourt stripe. They're going to call a handball here on Wills. That'll be a free kick for West Fargo Sheyenne. And the kick is made, and it's advanced up into the near area by, I believe it's Kramer. Far side, a little contact there on Jillian Frank. No call on it. They'll drop it back in front of the midfield stripe and try and work it back in, but Fargo Davies will take it away. Nice play there, and now they'll put it onto the foot of Alyssa Paper. Paper works the ball up the near side. And just out of my view, I couldn't quite see what happened there, and it was taken away by Jalen Bauer. Bauer fired up where Fargo Davies will put it back onto the foot of Michaela Selensky. Selensky works over to the far side as she takes a tumble, and now a free kick will be awarded here for the Eagles. Megan Barnick will take the kick here for Fargo Davies, and she'll boot it right towards the goal and a little wide left. Out of bounds will result in a goal kick here for West Fargo Sheyenne. Once again, in goal for the Mustangs is Shelby Weber. In goal for Fargo Davies, Brianna Nelson. Nelson's a junior, Weber's a senior for their respective schools. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and it's a 1-0 lead for Fargo Davies. Ball will go out of bounds. That'll be Eagles throw-in. Making the toss will be Avery Byer, the senior midfielder, and that's a high toss, high arcing toss that comes right inside of the 18. Battle for the ball. Eagles will put a shot on goal. That'll be scooped up by Shelby Weber, no problem. Minute 17 and counting to go here in the first half, and a 1-0 lead for Fargo Davies off the goal by Allie Matter. Here comes West Fargo Sheyenne. They're going to work the ball up the near sideline. It'll be intercepted there by the Eagle defenders. Picked back up by Monger. Monger will get the ball back. Now a centering pass onto the foot there of Tiana Daniels. Daniels will work the ball up. Fargo Davies will boot it away, and it'll go over on the far side there. That is Jillian Frank.
Number 34, Maya DuBois in for the Mustangs.
You heard the substitution there. 30 seconds to go here in the first half of play. And the throw-in will come onto the foot there of Alicia Hecox. Davies will take it away, and then West Fargo Sheyenne will take it away, and West Fargo Sheyenne will maintain possession of the ball, and they'll put a shot on goal, a high one that goes over the top. It was
10,
a nice effort there.
9, 8, 7, 6,
5 seconds.
5, 4, 3,
and
2,
ball will be stuck at
1.
midfield to end the first half, and we go to halftime. There we go. Now we got the microphone added to our halftime slide there. Fargo Davies 1 and West Fargo Cheyenne 0. The goal from Allie Matter at the 24:44 mark of the first half. It's a 10-minute halftime. We'll take a timeout and be back with your second half here on the ND Sports Channel.
Cheyenne 0.
Watch all the games on the ND Sports Channel on your home television screen. If your smart TV, Blu-ray, Xbox, PlayStation, 4K, or DVD player has access to the YouTube app, you can watch the ND Sports Channel on your big screen TV right at home, both live games and replays. Simply click on the YouTube app on your smart TV, and with the remote, move over to the search button, type in or highlight ND Sports Channel, and then select the live feed or browse the game library and watch a previous game on demand anytime you'd like. We invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/c/ND Sports Channel. You can also watch live games and replays of games on your mobile device using the YouTube app, which can be downloaded from your mobile device's app store if it's not already on your device. Thanks for watching the ND Sports Channel, ND Sports Online.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in North Dakota. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
The game is close. It's a big rivalry. Students jump out of their seats while the cheerleaders lead the chanting. Everyone is on edge. The shot is up and the buzzer sounds. All eyes follow the ball. Will it fall through the net? You can hear the hush of the crowd. With your whistle, you watch if his feet were inside the line or not. The crowd erupts. It's a game winner. Or is it? You make the call. Become an official. Contact your local high school. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that with the proper equipment, education, conditioning, and coaching, high school sports here in North Dakota are safer than ever before. And that's something I really love.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in North Dakota so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
High school sports programs provide valuable lessons for practical life solutions, teamwork, sportsmanship, and hard work. Students learn self-respect through responsibility of their actions through high school activities. There are kids out there, coaches and parents, who appreciate sports officials for doing a tough job with class. More officials are needed, someone like you. Contact your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association to find out how to become an official. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
All right, welcome back here. We're at halftime. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half of play here, and it's the Fargo Davies Eagles leading the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs by a score of 1-0 off a goal by Allie Matter at the 24-44 mark. Fargo Davies has had a couple other opportunities. They had a couple shots go off, one to go off the crossbar and one go off the right post. As those two opportunities didn't go in. West Fargo Sheyenne has also had a couple of opportunities that they weren't able to cash in on as well. If all the opportunities available for each of these teams would have been cashed in on, it would be a 3-2 game in favor of Fargo Davies right now, but instead it is 1-0 thanks to the goal and the foot of Allie Matter, the senior forward for the Fargo Davies Eagles at the 24-44 mark of the first half. The second half is coming up. It's 90 seconds away here on the ND Sports Channel. Be right back.
High school sports programs provide valuable lessons for practical life solutions, teamwork, sportsmanship, and hard work. Students learn self-respect through responsibility of their actions through high school activities. There are kids out there, coaches and parents, who appreciate sports officials for doing a tough job with class. More officials are needed, someone like you. Contact your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association to find out how to become an official. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
Hi, this is Mike Mason with the ND Sports Channel. I started doing sports play-by-play on the radio in January 2016. I can't tell you how many big plays were missed because the station was still on a commercial break. It is our goal to never miss any of the action, which is why we have the game video and all of our promos and sponsor ads. The game will always take priority on the ND Sports Channel. That means you won't miss your son's 80-yard kick return for a touchdown or your daughter's crucial three-pointer to tie up the basketball game late in the fourth quarter. The ND Sports Channel, ND Sports Online. All right, welcome back here as we get ready for the second half of play between the Fargo Davies Eagles and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Fargo Davies leads 1-0 off a goal by Allie Matter with 24-44 to go in the first half of play. And that's all the scoring so far. And immediately,
Mustang goal.
10 seconds into the goal.
Tiana Daniels.
Tiana Daniels with the goal, and wow, what a fast start. And now it's 1-1. That's going to be cropped out in the highlight reel for sure. Well, we'll see how Fargo Davies responds now, as it took 10 seconds for the Mustangs to tie it up here in the second half. So the first goal scored by Allie Matter at 24:41 of the first half. Tiana Daniels ties it up 10 seconds into the second half. West Fargo Sheyenne going from right to left. Fargo Davies going from left to right in their white jerseys. The Mustangs in their blue jerseys. And now Fargo Davies trying to work the ball up the far sideline, and it's taken away there. And they'll work it up onto the foot of Haley Rindall. And that ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in here for the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Far side there, that is Brooke Boyer. Ball will go out of bounds. I believe that's Boyer who'll pick it up and make the throw in, and it is. Yep, take a peek through the binoculars to confirm that. Yasmin Dokara with a centering pass. That one goes right into the hands of Shelby Weber. Or check that, Brianna Nelson. Wrong side of the field now. There's another shot on goal, and it's in! That's off the foot of Yasmin Dokara, and it's 2-1 West Fargo Sheyenne.
Goal by number 15, Yasmina Dokara.
West Fargo coming out of the halftime break here in Sheyenne. 2 quick goals in less than 2 minutes. Comes at the 38:06 mark of the second half. Just a minute and 54 seconds after the previous goal by Tiana Daniels. And all of a sudden, West Fargo Sheyenne has a 2-1 lead after trailing 1-0 for half of the first half. And now Fargo Davies needs to show a little bit of resilience here if they want to get back into this one right now, because right now momentum is 100% Mustangs, 0% Davies Eagles. 2-1 in favor of West Fargo Cheyenne as the ball's worked up. Collision at midfield there, and that'll be picked up by Rachel Blazik. Blazik will drop it back onto the foot there of, that is number 23. Don't have her on my real roster here. Let's see. Not sure. Coming out and making the boot out of bounds there is Brianna Nelson. All right, so West Fargo Cheyenne has the ball again. A mystery player on there. Maybe I saw the jersey number. So we'll move on from that for the moment. There's a shot from the near side. That's scooped up by Shelby Weber. Weber will set up and boot it away. Nice goal kick over the midfield stripe. Fargo Davies makes the first touch. And they'll work it far side there for Monger. Monger still with the ball, works it in. That is, I couldn't quite see who that was. It might have been Boyer. And as I peeked through the binoculars, I would have been correct. It was Boyer.
Checking in for the Mustangs, number 13, Blake Hurley.
Once again, earlier this year, these two teams played to a 1-1 tie. And that was a game that was at Fargo Davies. Now West Fargo Sheyenne has the home field advantage and the advantage on the scoreboard. 2-1 off 2 quick goals in less than 2 minutes here in the first to start off the first half. One right off the opening kick. Couple of touches and it was in the goal. I haven't called a lot of soccer games, but I've been to a lot of them, even if I haven't been broadcasting them, and I've never seen a goal scored that quick to kick off the second half. That was pretty amazing, no doubt about it. 34-47 to go here in the second half of play. Fargo Davies looking to rebound here after giving up 2 quick goals and a 1-0 lead at the halftime mark. Allie Matter has the ball now, and she'll dish it off to the far side. Allie Matter is the goal scorer for the Davies Eagles, and she'll get it back. And she'll work around the defender there. That is Hecox. And that ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be a Davies Eagles throw-in. Making the toss on the far side there is Avery Byer. Byer will send it in the direction of Allie Matter, and then Matter, I think that's Matter. Let me double check here to be sure, and it was, yep. Eagles will drop it back to midfield. Work it back near side here. That's on the foot of Michaela Barnick. Barnick will see that one bounce off out of bounds, and chasing it out will be Alyssa Paper. She'll pick it up, and Paper will make the toss. She'll toss it back to midfield onto the foot of Kylie Glover. Glover will see that ball nearly taken away and then out of bounds. A nice defensive play there by Anna Kramer. Kramer will make the toss, and she'll put it in the direction of Blake Hurley. Hurley will go past her and put it onto the foot there of Kylie Glover. Glover will try and work around Hurley, and there will be a whistle and a free kick here for Fargo Davies. So Glover will take the free kick. 2-1 lead for the Mustangs. They've scored both of those goals here in the second half. Davies' goal came at the 24-44 mark of the first half. Paper with the throw-in. And that'll be back-heeled kick back up to midfield, where it's picked up there by Kylie Glover momentarily and then taken away. That's Blake Hurley. Hurley will drop it near sideline for Anna Kramer. Kramer looking for a centering pass, still with the ball. Now she'll fire it in towards goal. One hopper that goes off the hands and out of bounds, and that'll be a near side corner kick for the Mustangs. As it went off the hands of Brianna Nelson.
Number 18, Hannah Mukhtar.
It appears that Anna Kramer will go to the corner here to make the corner kick. We'll position ourselves here with an opportunity to see the corner kick. You can see it on the camera. I just can't see it from where I'm standing at. And it is Kramer, and the kick will come in. High kick, headed right into the hands of Brianna Nelson. That was a great opportunity to make it 3-1, but Brianna Nelson alert there and grabs that ball out of midair and then fires it up into the near side here for Alyssa Paper. Paper will fire it in midfield, and now they'll work it back to the near sideline in the direction of Michaela Barnick. Barnick will see that ball scoot away, and now they'll go out of bounds, and I believe it'll be Barnick on the throw-in here for Fargo Davies. 31-38 and counting to go here in the second half of play. That's Blazik who made contact on it. Now Davies will get it back. And now the Mustangs will get it back. That's Mukhtar over on the far side, and Fargo Davies will boot it away. It was a nice defensive play there by Kylie Glover. Throw-in will come into Mukhtar. Mukhtar will pop that one in. And it's an opportunity here for Anna Kramer to see if she can set something up. She lost her footing, and Fargo Davies will get the ball back. Alyssa Paper with the ball now, working it up near sideline, up towards the midfield stripe, and now a centering pass for Allie Matter. Matter falls down, and West Fargo Cheyenne will retake the ball. They'll work it back up here, and it's a one-on-one race for Blake Hurley and the Fargo Davies defender, and the goalie, Brianna Nelson, comes out. She was way out of goal there, and had West Fargo Cheyenne had a chance to collect that ball there, that would have been an easy goal had they had an opportunity for a shot, as Brianna Nelson was way outside here trying to stop that attack on the near sideline. Now Anna Kramer will have the throw in here for the Mustangs. And that'll be tossed in the direction there of Blake Hurley. Hurley battling for it. And actually that was Dorcara, excuse me. Hurley was in there too, Dorcara, and I looked down for a split second, and I looked up, and all I saw was Michaela Barnick being tossed to the ground there by Mukhtar, but no call on that play. And since I didn't see it, I can't say if that was a missed call or not. Here's Alyssa Paper with the ball now. Trying to work around the defender. The man on is Rachel Blazik. They'll work the ball over to the far side. Now they'll work it up. Allie Matter, I believe that's Allie Matter over on the far side there, and it was. And Allie Matter will get the throw in. We'll have to redo that throw in here. Matter makes the toss. And it's collected there by West Fargo Cheyenne, and back and forth the ball goes. And now Davies has it. They'll work the ball back to midfield, and now they'll try and advance it back up.
Eagle substitution, number 22, Olivia Karnick.
Near side, Michaela Barnick. That ball's taken away by Anna Kramer, and the ball will advance upfield here. Racing for it there is Blake Hurley. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a Eagles throw-in, I think. I didn't see who. No, it'll be a Mustang throw-in, and making the toss will be Anna Kramer. Kramer looking for a centering pass, boots it up high. Mukhtar is in the nearest Mustang to that ball as it'll go out of bounds for Fargo Davies goal kick. 28:02 and counting to go here in the second half of play. Fargo Davies needs a goal to tie this up, 2 goals to win it. Right now, the momentum is still with the Mustangs.
Checking in for the Eagles, number 12, Emily Hansen.
Ball goes out of bounds, headed out by the Mustangs for an Eagles throw-in. They'll work the ball inside now. It's West Fargo Cheyenne Amber Wybe. Racing up was Olivia Karnick for the Fargo Davies Eagles, but booting it away for West Fargo Cheyenne was Jalen Bauer. And that'll temporarily stop the Eagles' attack. Far side working it in. It's Barnick in the mix there with 3 Mustangs. Fargo Davies still working, tripped up, and that will be a free kick here. Awarded for Fargo Davies, and taking the free kick was Glover. Glover puts it onto the foot of Barnick. Barnick back now onto the drop pass it to Byer. Byer being pushed off the ball there by Brooke Boyer, but Davies will get it back at the midfield stripe. They'll work it over to the far sideline, and now they're looking to work it back inside, but not successful there, as running up on it is Blake Hurley to stop that attempt. Fargo Davies now will work it inside, and here's an opportunity. No whistle on that play there, and on the far side, that is Olivia Karnick. Karnick has that ball deflected out of bounds, and it looks to, I saw the hand signal correctly, it might be Mustang ball. No, I must have missaw the hand signal. It is Fargo Davies' ball. Making the toss from the far sideline is Avery Byer. And Byer will toss it in towards the top of the 18 where it's headed away there by the Mustangs. Loose ball, and it'll be picked up by West Fargo Sheyenne. Now Allie Matter will come up on the ball here on the near sideline. Dribbling into the near corner, centering pass got deflected out of bounds, and that should be a goal kick here for the Mustangs. Once again, this game will be available for 24/7 replay on our website under the game rewind button within about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. So if you can't catch it live, or you had some friends that had to work today or something like that, you can tell them to go to our website, find the game rewind button under the game menu, and that's where you'll find this game about 30 minutes after it concludes. West Fargo Sheyenne leading 2-1. Both of the goals scored here in the second half for the Mustangs. Tiana Daniels strikes first, 10 seconds into the first half at the 39:50 mark to tie it at 1-1. And then Yasmina Dakora at the 38:06 mark puts in goal number 2 for the Mustangs. Allie Matter has the lone goal for the Davies Eagles so far in this one. Over on the far side, Eagles working the ball. Trying to get around the defender. Loose ball picked up by Karnick. Ends up in the hands of Brianna Nelson. Work the ball to the near sideline, onto the foot of Michaela Barnick. Barnick will work it up for Allie Matter. Matter touched it last, and it'll go out of bounds for a Mustang throw-in.
Subbing in for the Eagles, number 9, Olivia Opum. And number 15, Alyssa Paper. And checking in for Sheyenne, number 8, Amber Wybe. .23-27 and counting to go here in the second half. 2-1 lead for West Fargo Sheyenne. Beautiful day for a girls soccer matchup. You would not believe that there's actually storms in the forecast for later tonight. We could stay here and play soccer all day. I'd absolutely love that. But we do have some softball coming up for you later this afternoon and early this evening as well. Of course, if every soccer matchup ever played was on an awesome day like this, we would just do soccer all day long. Anisha Munger.
Curious as to what games are coming up on our schedule, you can check out our website. Check out the game schedule on our website at ndsportschannel.com. We do have a couple more soccer matchups coming up here in the spring season. And if there's an opportunity to add more games, we will. 2-on-1 in favor of Fargo Davies, and they'll get the ball out of there, far sideline, and a nice move there to spin around the oncoming Mustang player. But the Mustangs will get the ball back at about the midfield stripe, and they'll try and work it back in where it's intercepted there by Fargo Davies. Nice move there by the Mustangs to regain control of the ball. They tried to put it far side there from Morgan Nystrom, but Nystrom, the freshman, unable to get the touch on the ball, and it'll go out of bounds for an Eagles toss. And the throw-in is from Wills. Taylor Wills will toss it in, far sideline, battle for the ball at midfield. Looks like Fargo Davies had it for a moment. Now the Mustangs boot it away. Back to the Fargo Davies defenseman. Nice pass through the Eagles defense, and a shot on goal and a one-hopper into the hands of Shelby Weber off the foot, or check that under the hands of Brianna Nelson off the foot of Anna Kramer. I think the wind may have gotten a slight piece of that goal kick there as it goes out of bounds, and the toss will be made there by Rachel Blazek.
Checking in for Sheyenne, number 12, Jillian Frank.
Ball deflected out of bounds there by Anisha Monger, the sophomore for West Fargo Sheyenne. And here's the toss. 20:37 counting to go. This ball will get loose. It'll be picked up by Brianna Nelson. Nelson will put it on the ground and boot it away up to the near sideline in the direction here of Alyssa Paper. Paper with the man on, that's Rachel Blazik. Blazik giving pressure, Paper gets around her. Now she runs into Jillian Frank. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a Mustang throw-in.
Haley Rindall.
Blazik will make the toss here on the throw-in for the Mustangs. 20 minutes exactly and counting to go here in the second half of play. And Paper will center that one. Running for it is Olivia Karnick, and the man on there is Morgan Nystrom. Karnick still with the ball, battling for it. Comes loose. She'll drop the pass. Now they're going to look for a centering pass. It'll come in the direction of Alyssa Paper, but it was booted and now shot up high over the goal. Will send the ball flying out of bounds. 19:24 and counting to go on a goal kick here for Shelby Weber and the Mustangs.
Number 9, Tiana Daniels.
Tiana Daniels checking back in. She scored the goal 10 seconds into the second half to tie it at 1-1, and then about a minute and 50-some seconds later, they would get the second goal to make it our current score of 2-1. Alyssa Paper, she falls to the ground hard, and well, West Fargo Cheyenne fans, you might be able to hear them in the background. They don't like that call. But, I don't know, in my humble opinion, the right call was made there. So it'll be a free kick for Fargo Davies. And taking the free kick is Megan Barnick. Barnick fires it in. Here's an opportunity, and that one's put up high and over the goal, and the opportunity is missed. 18:07 and counting to go here in the second period.
Sheyenne, number 15, Yasmina Dakara, and number 34, Maya DuBois.
So Dakara and DuBois check back in for the Mustangs. As Weber will set up for the goal kick. As the wind starts to pick up a little bit here. 17:47 and counting to go in the second half of play, and West Fargo Cheyenne leads the Fargo Davies Eagles 2-1. Goal kick will come to the near side where it's headed there by Megan Barnick. And now will be put onto the foot of Anna Kramer. Kramer will work the ball on the near sideline, being guarded by Alyssa Paper. Centering pass goes onto the foot of Anisha Monger. Monger trying to get past the defenders, but Fargo Davies will pick up the ball. And I believe that is Olivia Opheim. Yep, it is. Olivia Opheim gets tripped up there, and a free kick awarded for the Eagles. Opheim will set up and take the kick and boot it to the near side. And that will be, couldn't quite see who that was. It was Alyssa Paper who batted it down. And now the ball squirts loose here to the near sideline and out of bounds for an Eagles throw-in. Barnick was setting up for the toss, and now we'll have substitutions here.
Number 5, Michaela Selensky, and number 8, Allie Matter.
So those two players that were just mentioned will replace Emily Hansen and Olivia Opheim, as they'll get breathers on the sideline. And the throw-in will come in the direction, I think that was Megan Barnick, and it was. Coming out is Shelby Weber, and that was probably the best, the player that had the best opportunity at stopping that ball, as the two Mustang defenders there were kind of facing the wrong direction. Big bounce here, and that'll be scooped up by Brianna Nelson, the junior goalie. She'll roll it back out to her teammate, and they'll work it up to the near sideline, but it's intercepted at the midfield stripe there by West Fargo Cheyenne. Now a whistle on a free kick here for Fargo Davies. The free kick will be taken by Megan Barnick. Barnick will put it up onto the foot there of Michaela Selensky. Selensky will work it over to the far sideline, and now they'll work it up. I can't quite see who that is over there. As we take a peek through binoculars, we see that that is a centering pass. And I'll come on to the foot of possibly Alyssa Paper, or it might be Taylor Wills. No, near shot on goal there, and that was off the foot of Alyssa Paper. It was Alyssa Paper. That's probably the best opportunity that Fargo Davies has had here in the second half. They have 15 minutes to try and tie this thing up, if not take the lead and win. Alyssa Paper off the goal kick will get control of the ball, but it'll be taken away momentarily and given right back to Fargo Davies. Centering pass, crossed away, that's Olivia Karnick. Karnick far side, now racing for it is Anisha Monger. Monger and Karnick meet up and the ball goes out of bounds, and I didn't see which direction the flag was put up. So we'll wait and see here who gets the throw in.
Mustang substitution, number 24, Rachel Blazik.
And it'll be a Mustang throw-in, and the substitution you just heard, Blazik, will be the one who takes the throw-in, as that's immediately popped out of bounds there by Fargo Davies, or West Fargo Cheyenne, and now Davies will have the throw-in. Taylor Wills will toss it in. Ball will ricochet back out to midfield. Now they'll work it near side, where it ends up on the foot of Anna Kramer for the Mustangs. Anna Kramer one-on-one here with Michaela Barnick. Centering pass. As the ball approached the top of the goal box, it was deflected there by the Fargo Davies defenders. Now Kramer has it once again. Now Kramer will get it right back. Kramer looking for a pass, and she'll get one. And nearly offsides, or let's put it this way, just barely onside. Just probably the better way to word that one. And a good opportunity there, but unable to cash in on it for West Fargo Cheyenne. And now that goal kick will go out of bounds, and that'll be a Mustang throw-in. And Kramer will make the toss here. Kramer will put it in the direction there. I believe that was Haley Rendall. And Alyssa Paper racing there to try and take it away off the foot of Maya Du Bois, but Du Bois able to get it away. Now the ball finds itself over on the far side of the field, where the Eagles will pick it back up once again. Fargo Davies will work the ball up the far sideline. Now they'll try and gently work it back into the middle. Now back over to the far sideline. Now the centering pass. Ball taken away by the Mustangs. They'll boot it up over the midfield stripe, and it'll be picked up here by Fargo Davies. That is Kylie Glover. Glover, 2 touches later, near sideline. Glover, that is Barnick, excuse me. Barnick tried to center it in for Paper, but it was taken away there by Rachel Blazik, excuse me. And Blazik will have her pass intercepted at the midfield stripe by Fargo Davies. Far side opportunity, it's up and it's in, and we're tied at 2. And the goal was scored by Fargo Davies freshman Lydia Karnick. And it's 2-2. With 12:18 to go here.
Scoring for the Eagles, number 22, Lydia Karnick. And substitutions for the Eagles, number 3, Jensen Seidel. And on the field for the Mustangs, number 39, Brooke Boyer.
12 minutes, and now this game could go either way. Something tells me this will be a 3-2 game in favor of one of the two teams. And that almost happened right there for the Mustangs, but it'll go a little bit wide left of the goal. And that'll result in a goal kick here for Brianna Nelson and the Fargo Davies Eagles. So Eagles have recovered from that early 2-goal splurge there by the Mustangs to start the second half. And now we're knotted up at 2 apiece. On a beautiful day here at the Loden Center in West Fargo. 65 degrees and sunny. Could see the upper 60s through about the 2 o'clock hour. And then we'll drop back down into the mid to low 60s once again. Sunny, maybe a little bit of wind too, coming up later this early afternoon. That's another opportunity, and that was deflected. And that was nearly 3-2, and a nice, that's kind of one of those boots out of bounds, like, hey, let's slow this down and have a chance to get a breath and set up our defense there as Fargo Davies nearly took a lead there. Just as quick as the Mustangs took a lead on them to start this second half.
Subbing in for the Eagles, number 9, Olivia Opheim. And in for Cheyenne, number 37, Shayla Conley.
So Opheim comes in for the Eagles, and Conley comes in for the Mustangs there. 10:25 and counting to go. We're tied up at 2-2. Allie Matter and Olivia Karnick with the goals for Fargo Davies, and Tiana Daniels and Yasmin Dokara the goals for West Fargo Cheyenne. Ball be worked over to the far side. Now centering pass intercepted by the Eagles. Eagles are trying to work the ball back up, but Mustangs take control of the ball once again. They'll drop it, and now they'll fire it in, and that will go right off the foot of Hecox into the hands of Brianna Nelson. That's Alyssa Paper. Paper will fire it up near side here. Allie Matters, the closest Eagle to that ball, but it'll be picked up by Rachel Blazik, excuse me. Battle for the ball near side here. I believe that was last touched by Michaela Barnick. And it must have been because it's a Mustang throw-in. But the throw-in is intercepted there by the Eagles' Avery Byer. Now they'll work the ball up. That's Allie Matters. She has one of the goals and tried to get it to Alyssa Paper.
Hey, get up there!
Shot will go wide left, and that'll be chased down by Shelby Weber as she'll watch it go out of bounds with 9:12 and counting to go here in the second half of play. Tied at 2-2, and if neither team scores, this game will end in a 2-2 tie. The only time they'll go to overtime is in the postseason here in high school soccer. 2 40-minute halves with a 10-minute halftime. That's all you get. Whatever the score is after 80 minutes, that's what the score is. There is no tiebreaker. .45 and counting to go here in the second half of play. 2-2 between the Mustangs and the Eagles. 3 of the 4 goals scored here in the second half. 2 by the Mustangs, and then the game tire by Olivia Karnick only about 3-4 minutes ago at the 12:18 mark of the second half. Ball come up near sideline, chasing it down is Anna Kramer, and she'll have to chase it out of bounds for a Davies throw-in. So we'll redo the throw-in here. Throw-in comes in towards Allie Matter, but a little bit over her head, and it's booted up by Rachel Blazik. All right, made some adjustments to our camera there. We apologize for that. Allie Matter with the ball right now, and then Tell is booted away to the far sideline. Nobody there at the moment. One player from each team giving chase, and the ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be a Fargo Davies throw-in.
And subbing in for Cheyenne, number 8, Amber Wybe, number 13, Blake Hurley, and number 14, Maya Bukestead.
.549 and counting to go here in the second half. That's Allie Matter with the ball. Centering pass off the fingertips, and now a nice ground level bicycle kick, I guess you could call it, by Tiana Daniels to kind of get it out of there. Fargo Davies looking for an opportunity to take the lead. They'll drop it back just in front of midfield. And now that centering pass will curve. We apologize, our wireless mic system was, the antenna was being blocked by a piece of paper, by a clipboard. So that's why we had some in and out issues with the with that sound. So we apologize for that. It's brand new equipment. We just had it for 2 games yesterday. This is the 3rd game that we've used it. So we're still getting used to figuring out what can go wrong, and when it does go wrong, how to resolve it. So. Once again, after this game comes to a conclusion here, we'll have our post-game show, and then we'll pack up and we'll head up to North Fargo, Mickelson Park, and bring you some softball action here on the ND Sports Channel. Fargo Davies over on the far side there, working the ball up, looking for an opportunity. Centering pass is there, diving, and it's in! And it's off the foot of, I didn't quite catch her before she got swarmed by her teammates, but we'll tell you here in just a moment. And it was Alyssa Paper with the goal. So Alyssa Paper with 3:57 to go here in the second half.
Eagles, number 15, Alyssa Paper.
Gives the Davies Eagles a 3-2 lead.
In for Cheyenne, number 39, Brooke Boyer.
You just never know when the goals are going to happen in a soccer game. That's one of the thrilling parts of a soccer game. So Alyssa Paper puts Fargo Davies in front with just shy of 4 minutes to go, and now we're just over 3 minutes to go here, 3:17 and counting. So the ball will go out of bounds. Brianna Nelson will scoop that one up. She'll put it on the ground, set it up for the kick at 2:37 remaining. As Fargo Cheyenne, if they can get a couple opportunities quick here, they might have a chance to tie this up. So Brianna Nelson will set it up for the goal kick once again. That goal kick comes with 1:59 and counting to go. They'll be headed upfield there, and booting it back is Jalen Bauer. And could there be an opportunity here? Maya Bukestad is the closest one, and that one will go out of bounds. I didn't see who touched it last. It was just out of my vision here. And it appears that Anna Kramer will make the toss for West Fargo Cheyenne. It'll come in onto the foot of, that is Hecox. Hecox puts it inside in the direction there, Blake Hurley, but it'll bounce over Hurley into the hands of Brianna Nelson. And it remains 3-2 Fargo Davies. And Nelson will boot that one away with 1:21 to go here in the second half. The final opportunities for West Fargo Cheyenne have to come right now if they want to tie this thing up. That one will escape. It'll be picked up there by, I believe that is Bauer. Bauer put it onto the foot of Blazik. 1 minute to go here as Blazik will boot it upfield in the direction of Maya Bukestad. Bukestad giving chase. The ball goes out of bounds. Who touched it last? Not sure. It'll be a Fargo Davies throw-in. Trying the bicycle kick there is Emily Hansen. Failed on that one. 35 seconds to go. West Fargo Cheyenne is down in their end. It'll be or on the Davies end, but it'll be a goal kick here for Brianna Nelson. 25 seconds to go. Nelson fires it up just shy of midfield, and Davies will collect it with 18 seconds to go. They'll work it over to the far side. 15 seconds to go. Fargo Davies now trying to eat up the clock.
10, 9, 8,
7 seconds to
7,
go. The ball
6,
go out of bounds. 5
5,
seconds to go, and
4,
that will do it.
3, 2, and 1.
And Fargo Davies will win it by the final score of 3-2. We'll take a timeout here and be back with your post-game show right after this on the ND Sports Channel.
This is Michael Hall, a senior at Kindred High School and the 2018-19 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. While the scoreboard reveals the winner of a high school athletic contest, the real winners are those that display good sportsmanship. We need those people who treat competition as a game and not a war. People who show genuine concern for an injured player and those who accept all decisions of the game officials. Remember to be a good sport and a good citizen when you attend a high school game. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in North Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, playing.
Hey, welcome back. We apologize there. Apparently there's a button that if you push it, it changes it. So we don't want that to happen. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the game recap here as Fargo Davies would strike first. It'd be Ali Matter, 24-44 remaining in the first half. And Ali Matter would score first to make it 1-0 in favor of Fargo Davies. It would remain that way for the remainder of the first half. We would head to halftime with a score of 1-0 in favor of the Eagles. And then immediately coming out of halftime, 10 seconds into the second half, Tiana Daniels scores on a long shot that goes into the back of the net over a diving Brianna Nelson to tie it up at 1-1. And it wouldn't take much longer for Yasmina Dorkara for the Mustangs to give the Mustangs a lead. At 38:06, a minute and 54 seconds later, it would be 2-1 in favor of West Fargo Sheyenne, and suddenly momentum was all with the Mustangs. And then it would stay at 2-1 for approximately, let's see here, about another 35 minutes. Check that. I take that back. About another 26 minutes before Livia Karnick would finally tie it up at 2-2 with a goal at the 12:18 mark of the second half. And then the game winner at the end there, Alyssa Paper, with one goal at the 3-minute and 57-second mark of the period. We'll take another timeout here, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our post-game show. Hopefully, here from the Loden Center in West Fargo. Be right back after this.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
High school sports programs provide valuable lessons for practical life solutions, teamwork, sportsmanship, and hard work. Students learn self-respect through responsibility of their actions through high school activities. There are kids out there, coaches and parents, who appreciate sports officials for doing a tough job with class. More officials are needed, someone like you. Contact your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association to find out how to become an official. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the light's on the playing field, the stage, or
All right, we apologize for that. Again, for whatever reason, whenever we hit that key, it goes to that screen. So, welcome back to your post-game show. So we won't have an on-screen graphic because for whatever reason it's not working, and I apologize for that. But what we can tell you here is Alyssa Paper will be our player of the game with the game-winning goal at the 3:57 mark of the second half to give the Fargo Davies Eagles the lead at 3-2. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at these two teams not side by side, but after this game here, the Mustangs fall to 5-2-2 on the season, 3-2-1 at home. They have now scored 24, or check that, 23, and they have allowed 7 on the season. For the Fargo Davies Eagles, they improved to 8-1-1 on the year, 6-1-0 on the road, and 7-1-1 against EDC opponents. And they have now scored a grand total of 32 goals and have allowed 6 goals on the season, or check that, 5 goals on the season with the 3-2 win here over the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. The Mustangs, they will have their next game against Fargo North on the 14th at 7 o'clock, and then they'll finish the season on the road against Shanley, Grand Forks Central, West Fargo, and Fargo South. We'll wrap up the regular season down at Brant-Kwame Field, home of the Bruins there, as that should be a great matchup as well. For the Fargo Davies Eagles, they will have, let's see here, Grand Forks Central at home next on May 14th. Then they'll be right back here at the Logan Center on the 16th to take on the West Fargo Packers. And then they'll wrap up the regular season at home against Grand Forks Red River, Shanley, and Fargo North. Once again, your player of the game, we'll skip over that because we don't have a graphic because for some reason our software won't allow us to update that graphic without it going back to that final score screen. So we apologize for that once again. And once again, Alyssa Paper will be our player of the game with a game-winning goal at the 3:57 mark of the second half. You can go to our website, check out the final scores page, and this, like I said, this game will be available here within about 30 minutes or so after the conclusion of our broadcast. And as soon as watch appears on that final scores page, you can watch this game again. If you missed any or all of the game, or you just want to see it again, you can be notified as when the game is officially available on our website at NDSportsChannel.com. Click on Final Scores under the game menu, and then under the game menu, if you click on Game Schedule, you can see our upcoming games. And as you can see, we're not done. This isn't our only game today. We have plenty more coming up here. We have a 2 o'clock softball game between the Fargo South Bruins and the Kindred Richland Vikings. We'll follow that up with a 4 o'clock softball game between the Fargo North Spartans and the Kindred Richland Vikings. And then a 6 o'clock game with the Fargo Shanley Deacons taking on the Central Cass Squirrels. And then we'll wrap up with our nightcap here between the Fargo North Spartans and the Central Cass Squirrels. That's all softball coming up for you here tonight. And then we'll take Sunday off and be back at it again on Monday. And there'll be the crosstown rivals, the Bruins and the Spartans, battling out down at Fargo South High School in another softball matchup. And if you scan ahead there, you'll see we'll have another soccer matchup for you. We'll have Fargo South hosting the Cheyenne Mustangs at Fargo South High School. And that game is set for 6 p.m. on May 23rd. That'll be our next soccer broadcast, unless we can find time to sneak one in between now and then around all these softball games that we have coming up as well. And then, of course, the EDC and the state softball tournaments are about the exact same time as the state soccer tournaments, so just keep that in mind. We may or may not. All those are going to be pending as we're waiting to see who will be in those tournaments and see who we are able to follow and who we're not able to follow and all that stuff. So that's all pending at this point in time. So once again, you can find that very screen on our website at ndsportschannel.com, clicking on Game Schedule under the game menu bar. And then also under the game menu bar, if you click on Game Rewind, you'll come to this screen here. And that is where you can get one-click access to every game that's ever been on the ND Sports Channel, all the North Dakota teams in alphabetical order down the left-hand side, our youth and summer teams in the middle in alphabetical order, and our out-of-state teams on the right-hand side in alphabetical order. Go to this page and you scroll down a little bit. You click on Fargo Davies, or you scroll down a little bit further and click on Cheyenne. And that will be the easiest way to find the replay of this game, other than our final scores page, where you can simply click on the watch button to go to that direct game. But like, for example, if you click on the Central Cass Squirrels there, it'll filter out all the other 83, there's a total of 84 teams on that page. It'll filter out 83 of them and give you only the games that feature the Central Cass Squirrels. And that's one example of how you can find the games easily. Much better than how we had it about a year ago at this time, where we had all the games right on our website, but you had to scroll down and find the game number, and it was just, it seemed to be a little bit too inconvenient. This is much, much more convenient here, as they'll filter out all 400 and some games and give you only the games of the team that you're looking for. So junior varsity between Fargo Davies and Fargo Cheyenne is coming up next. We will not have coverage of that game, but if we do have a final, we'll put it up on our Twitter page. You can follow us on Twitter at NDSportsCH1. You can like us and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/NDSportsChannel. And then, of course, our website and our YouTube channel. If you'd subscribe to that, that'd be absolutely awesome. We would love you for that. and we love the 588 of you who have subscribed so far. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you hanging with us through a couple of the issues that we had in this game. Nothing major, just a keyboard thing. Well, there must be a hotkey set or something, and it's frustrating. But we'll work for it. We'll blow it off. We'll get it fixed, and it won't be an issue moving forward. So, hey, thanks so much for joining us once again. Your final score in favor of the Fargo Davies Eagles, 3-2 over the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. That's going to wrap it up from the loading center here. We'll pack up. We'll move up to North Fargo to Mickelson Park and get set for softball. First pitch of the first game of 4, set for 2 p.m. That's a little over 2 hours from right now here on the ND Sports Channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you here in about 2 hours from right now. Pre-game set for about 1:45. It's 11:48 right now. We'll talk to you in about 2 hours here on the ND Sports Channel.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any of the game? Check out Game Rewind on our website at ndsportschannel.com.